There is a rising tide of violence against Christians in India by Hindu nationalists. What is happening and what's being done to stop it? Joining me to discuss is Bishop George Palliparambil. He is from the Diocese of Miao in India. Your Excellency, thank you for being here. I want to start with this persecution in India. What are we seeing now? Are these merely Hindu nationalists that are the agents of this persecution?
I would say more than nationalists, we should use the word fundamentalists, because nationalism is something very broad, and it could also be something good. Right. But fundamentalism is something that confines itself to a very few people and makes it negative.
And what form is this taking?
It's taking a very subtle form of infiltrating into all the aspects of life, so that the thinking itself is influenced. And they have the machinery and the ability to reach out to ordinary people's thinking. And so that makes the difficulty, that causes the problems. So
it normalizes it.
Yes,
exactly. It normalizes the persecution and the marginalization of people of faith.
Yes, marginalization would be more right than persecution. Because actually when we speak about persecution per se, that's not there, because there is no destruction of churches, there is no attack on persons.
Right.
Those are not there. But subtle ways of making life difficult.
I've read reports where there are up to 1,200 cases of persecution in the last 2 years, or maybe this marginalization that you speak of. To what do you attribute the rise over the last couple of years?
That's because in the recent past, these fundamentalists have gained a lot of control over the situation in the country. And so the administration in general is either silent or just letting it go. No administration is strong enough to tell them enough is enough.
One of the things you keep hearing from these people, your persecutors, are that there are forced conversions. You all are forcing, particularly people in tribal areas, to convert. Is that part of the narrative that they're trying to create?
See, there is a description that they give, but far from the reality. Because I live and I work among some of the remotest tribal areas of the country. And you can ask hundreds of thousands of people who have become Christians. No element of force and no element of incentives, as some would say, none of these. People have seen that there is something ennobling about Christianity, something uplifting them, and so they accept it. It is not conversion at all, but it is a transformation.
Tell me about this history of your diocese. You've been there for 40 years now. Tell me the sense of what you've seen. I mean, it really has exploded from 9,000 to now 90,000 believers.
Yes.
Catholics.
I would say it is just a natural growth of people, because earlier, till they came in contact with the Catholicism, they had no way of going to a good school. They had no contact with the outside world. They were small tribes confined to their village or to their little area.
Right.
But getting in touch with the church, they found that they were becoming equal members of a huge family worldwide. And that gave them a sense of greater dignity. And also their accessibility to schools. Not only in that state we did not have any school, but in the whole region. They had easy access to schools, to medical facilities. So this made the bond deeper.
Are you having trouble maintaining, keeping those facilities open? Are these individuals now in charge starting to impinge upon your right to run these facilities?
Well, I have to answer it with a yes and no.
Okay.
Because we get full understanding and support from the state government. They have been, they see the good.
Yeah.
In fact, in one of the talks, our previous chief minister, he said, we are very grateful to the Christians because these tribes who are so quarrelsome and wild, by becoming Christians, they have become so peaceful. And so we are really grateful to the church. You know, the chief minister, Mr. Dorji Kandu of happy memory, he was a Buddhist, but he acknowledged this in public. So that is the attitude that the local administration has.
So where's the difficulty coming from?
So the difficulty comes from the bureaucracy that deals with the external, from outside the state, like maybe permissions, registrations on the national level when it comes some problems. But the state government is trying to help us out of that.
What can we in the United States do to help you and your people, and why have you come here to the United States?
I've come precisely because the Aid to the Church in Need, they facilitated some of these meetings, and they asked me if I could come and share my mission experience with others. And that's my purpose in being here. Because we have a church that I would count as a miracle of the 20th century. It is very much alive and active. And that did not come out as the result of preaching, but it is a result of our sharing our gospel values. So it is sprang from sharing. And so our church is led by, planted by, and nurtured by the lay people, particularly the youth. And I want to share this experience with others.
Very good. Your Excellency, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to have you on the show, and our prayers go with you, and hope you can rely on yours. You can learn more about the Suffering Church around the globe and how you can help by visiting Aid to the Church in Need at churchinneed.org.